So this is Dandadan.
Yeah, anime-centric episode.
So this is Japanese anime. It's gotten 2 seasons as of time of recording. The second season just ended. It's based on the web manga series written and illustrated by Yukinobu Tatsu. The anime itself was adapted and produced by Science Saru, which is one of our favorite anime studios.
Yes, I love Science Saru stuff.
They did Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, which we talked about in the past.
They did The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, which is a pretty interesting film that came out a few years ago now. Did they do Mind Game? I think they did. Or I'm just checking and making sure so I'm not wrong. Oh, no, it was the director, Masaki Yuasa. So he was the director of Mind Game, but he didn't have his studio by then. So
okay, so it's like
science,
pre-Science
so
Saru,
Science Saru,
but still,
yeah. That's it. Like Masaki Yuasa, he is the founder of Science Saru, but he did Kimonozume, he did the Tatami Galaxy and Mind Game, so he was the director of those films.
But yeah, I mean, Dandadan, it's, I guess you'd call it a science fiction anime.
Yeah, science fiction.
Yeah.
Sort of horror. Netflix gives it the horror subgenre, but it's not scary at all.
Well, I mean, it's aliens and ghosts. Yeah, so it's occult stuff in general. Centers around a character named Momo Ayase, who is a high school girl who believes in ghosts but not aliens, who meets a fellow high schooler named Ken Takakura, nicknamed Okarun, who believes in aliens but not ghosts. So they meet and they find out that both are real, aliens and ghosts, and the story kind of goes from there.
And it turns into usual shonen stuff. There's power levels and there's
some
fights
usual shonen stuff, some unusual shonen stuff, I would say. I think
that's what makes the show shine,
Yeah, I think the appeal of this show is how chaotic it is and how kind of like Yukinobu Tatsu kind of just doesn't give a shit. He just does whatever is in his heart and in his mind. You know, like he doesn't care about censorship. He doesn't care about following narrative structure. He just does whatever. And like the character designs as well, all whack. So I think that's kind of the beauty of this anime is just like how uninhibited the writer's vision is.
Yeah, I haven't enjoyed an anime this much in a long time. And there's obviously, I was first brought to it last year when it came out. And I think we're going to talk about season 1, but we just didn't just do the, I guess, time restraints.
I think season 1 and season 2 are kind of one thing anyway.
I think they're one season, really. Yeah, it's 24. I don't think the third season's going to come out for a long time, apparently. So we just have to wait a little while. But what took me...
We haven't read the manga, by the way, so... If you've read the manga, don't come in with actually.
Well, apparently
you can drop some stuff in the comments, but avoid spoilers, please.
I think manga fans quite enjoy the anime because a lot of what the anime adds, and especially from the studio like Science Saru, is just very well choreographed fight sequences, very well choreographed action sequences. They're not necessarily fight scenes. It's just maybe running away from something. But it is so psychedelic and so chaotic in its execution that it is so beautiful to watch.
There's also the soundtrack. The soundtrack's not in the manga. It's sick.
Yeah, true. The soundtrack. I very much enjoy both openings. I got, of course, first openings done by Creepy Nuts, who had that really famous Bling Bong Bong song that was part of another anime.
Incredible song, Otonoke by Creepy Nuts. I haven't spammed an anime opening like this for a long time. You can listen to it over and over again. It's so good.
Yeah.
Second one's okay.
I like this. I like the second one because I like that singer. Yeah, I know you skipped it all.
Is it Ida? Ida the end? Is that?
It is Ida the end. Yeah. I knew because like she's got a very distinct voice, and it's quite interesting to hear, especially after watching that Shunji Iwai movie, and then it's like it's just this very upbeat kind of song. But I think a lot of her music is like that as well from her later albums. But it's cool. But music's great, cool openings. I even like the second the ending credits songs as well. I think the first ending credits song is done by someone popular. I should know because I'm talking about it. It's done by like someone that never shows their face. Zuto Mayo, yeah, and it's got like the turbo granny cat. And then the second one is quite fun as well, which is done by Wirtz. But a lot of the character designs look really funny, and a lot of the anime, I guess the art style is quite simple. It's not actually too innovative in that sense, but I think it is the animation that really adds to the weirdness of it. And how etchy it is.
Yeah, it's pretty,
when it comes
there's some pretty crook stuff happening to such young characters.
Yeah, and it goes as what you say by Yukinobu. He's just like, like I don't really give a shit about what the world thinks is morally correct or not. I'm just going to draw what I want. And it's quite clear that he's doing what he wants.
Yeah, that's a big perv.
He's Japanese, man. It's fine. It's in their nature.
Everybody in Japan is pervert.
He's a pervert,
man. You're right. Like, I mean, not just those elements, but the story in general, it's quite random. I mean, before we get into full spoilers, because we'll probably do spoilers from here.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it and you like anime, like... What's something I can compare it to? One Punch Man, maybe?
One Punch Man.
Is a bit similar in vibe.
Mob Psycho, maybe?
Yeah. If you like chaotic, fun action.
Maybe even Gurren Lagann, actually. A lot of the fight scenes
there's a bit of Gurren Lagann in it. Yeah, it's definitely a light watch. Although there are some pretty heavy moments throughout the series, it is generally very easy to watch.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of very strong visual humor in this anime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yes, like I was saying, here's where the spoilers come in. The story begins with Okarun's testicles being stolen. So that's kind of like the launching pad of this anime. It's kind of how it's sold to the audience.
He's trying to get his balls back, man. Fair enough.
So he gets his balls stolen by a ghostly grandma presence. And I think the second episode, maybe, like they get abducted by aliens and they try to probe Momo at some point. It does get pretty etchy at times. But it is also quite chaotic and random where the story takes it. And I think, like we said, that's kind of the beauty of it, is because it's so off kilter, and that's kind of the humor of it as well, like how ridiculous the story goes. And I think like the characters Momo and Okarun, they work really well together as well. Like it's a pretty typical shonen anime fantasy, I feel.
It feels like the world is not as big though. It doesn't seem like there's a circle of upper echelon people that run. Because you know how in Bleach there's the Soul Society, in Demon Slayer there's just that society, I don't know what they're called. In Naruto, there's like a big ninja. But in Dandadan, the world seems a lot smaller.
It's very low stakes, actually.
It is, surprisingly.
At the moment, anyway.
Even in Chainsaw Man, there's a world there as well. There might be in Dandadan, but I'm not sure. We haven't come across it yet.
I think it's very self-aware in that as well, though, because they actually reference it in like the last episode of the second season, because they meet like another otaku who is an otaku.
That's right.
Otaku about robots. And then like after all that shit's gone down, he's like, so explain to me, like, is this golden ball going to be the key to saving the world or something? And Okarun's like, no, it's not that important. So it is quite low stakes.
I think Yukinobu added the romance element to it. I think that was missing. And I think one of his, he got some feedback from someone, and they said, like, maybe put this element into it, it would elevate it. I think it works
the romance
quite well.
between Momo and Okarun.
Momo and Okarun, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it's cool, because, like, Okarun's kind of like a nerdy otaku guy, and then Momo's sort of like, I guess, the more outgoing. But, like, it's cool to watch them sort of have, like, an attraction to each other. And I think she's got the most well-endowed grandma that has probably ever graced the earth, which is just really funny. This is a really funny character design. And the Turbo Baba, who ends up sort of being part of the crew.
I find the Turbo Baba really funny. I think it's just the voice acting as well. The voice acting is so good on this grandma, who eventually gets her soul put into one of those porcelain lucky cats. And the character design is so good, like that marriage of a really cute cat, but with the voice and temperament of like a grizzled baba. It's just a really funny situation.
I like the design of Evil Eye. He's just like, he's supposed to be this really menacing demon, but he's just like in his jocks all the time.
He's just a meathead, really, at the end of the day.
He's a meathead. And he becomes, like it is sort of jumping ahead a little bit, but one of the main arcs that leads on to season 2 is the Evil Eye arc, where Gigi, one of Momo's old friends, comes to seek help because his house is being haunted by spirits, he thinks, but it's being run by these gang of boomers who don't want anyone to interfere. But the TLDR,
that's brilliant as well. Like just that character design, because like that's like the cultist element is quite a sinister thing, right? Like you've got them coming in with like kung fu. There's something that they always say, something about a worm or a snake.
The Mongolian death worm. That's what the main culprit is.
They keep like referencing Anaconda or something. And she's like hitting them and going, Jennifer Lopez. I
think I remember. I forgot
it's so fucking random.
There's a lot of references. There's a lot of deep cut Japanese references that I'm not aware of, but there's one where it's pretty funny that when I think about it, because I didn't really understand it, but Momo's grandma tells her to do like a Hiroshi Abe impersonation. And I know who he is, but she's referencing him in one of these shows, and she just keeps saying this catchphrase, and I have no idea what this catchphrase is or where it comes from, but it's just the animation and the delivery looks really funny. But I mean, like going back to Evil Eye, so you find out that Evil Eye, he wants to fight the death worm, or he's inhabited the house. I don't remember exactly, but he's the one that sort of infests Gigi's body. But most of the anime is them slowly accumulating crew. So before Gigi, there was Aira, who's the typical fake girl who acts super cute, but she's actually a massive bitch. But she gets saved by Okarun, and then she has her backstory, which I'll talk about in a bit. But she's got like this ballet dancer ghost. And then she ends up really liking Okarun all of a sudden. And then there's a lot of rivalry between her and Momo. And I like how aggressive they are to other people when they're just really pissed off. Because the animation style just gets really funny. And then, it's just one of those animes that you just cannot replicate in live action, because so much of the humor comes from the animation style.
Yeah, plus there's all that crook stuff that happens.
It's interesting because you mentioned this show breaks a lot of the rules. It doesn't really care what it's doing in terms of structure, and it's like pretty ecchi at times. But this show has obviously resonated with a lot of people, because it is easily one of the most popular animes out there right now. Like this is in no means a small show. It's up there in popularity with like, Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man. I think there was a movie of the first arc of the season, and then there was a movie for the Evil Eye arc as well. So and it still feels like it's upcoming because people just love it. Yeah,
it really feels like just a creative kind of going on his own and doing his own thing after working for companies for a while, which is really cool to see. And I guess it speaks to the broader idea of like in this time where, the world is kind of getting a bit more woke, that something like this can still exist and still be popular, I guess.
Well, I think it's getting pushed the other way though. I think that agenda is starting to shift now, because normal people don't really give a fuck about that whether shit is too woke or it's not woke enough. It's just like, is it good or is it not good? And when you're pushing an agenda, either way, it's just not good. It's just a bit preachy, right? So I think generally people don't really give a shit.
And I guess that it's like, this guy's obviously not pushing an agenda. He's just being honest. He's drawing what's in his heart, and his heart happens to be pretty perverted. So, and that's fine. That's something we can all relate to.
Japanese, yeah.
So, and it leads to some really fun shenanigans, and also some quite deep moments. There's a moment where, like you said, Ida, she gets possessed by an acrobat ghost with like long hair, right? And up to that point, the show has been like really light and breezy and really silly. But then all of a sudden they dump like this really tragic backstory for this ghost.
And it's played so sincerely as well.
And this is what I was talking about in Demon Slayer as well. Like they do that, but I think it's handled really well in Dandadan, because I think from memory, the backstory is mostly silent, right? Yeah. And it's like maybe a different art style to the rest of the series.
It's a bit more realistic, I think. Yeah, from memory.
And it also is better because this character kind of lives on in Ida.
Yeah.
Because she gets possessed by her, right? As opposed to in Demon Slayer where they just get killed and they're just out of the show forever. You know what I mean? So like the backstory actually matters more, I think, in Dandadan. So I guess in that way, I am more invested in hearing about it.
I think there's 2 episodes like that, right, where there's a bit more of that backstory. I think Evil Eye has one, but that one's not as deep, I think, because when I saw this episode, it was such a tonal whiplash to me. I was like, damn, man, that really hit me in the feels. Like, I was tearing up and shit, man. Like, damn. Just like so much story in 20 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so tragic as well. And it's so real, which just sort of comes out of nowhere.
It is very, very grounded story compared to the rest of it.
It is an extremely grounded story because, as you said, the whole series is lights. There's, this one alien dude that just loves milk all of a sudden. Yeah. And then there's a mantis, like some mantis water demon thing, and obviously like boomers yelling Jennifer Lopez as their attacker. I completely forgot about that, and that's really funny. But to just have this episode sort of just come out of nowhere, and I could actually be wrong about this, but I think they do intersperse some elements of like rotoscoping where some of it is realistic, and that comes from there's elements of that's done in Mind Game where the characters for just a split second look extremely realistic.
Yeah.
So they do that using that art style to really bring that story home. And that really kind of floored me. Yeah.
It also like speaks to the idea that, this writer can write emotional beats, like it's not that he's a completely goofy guy that doesn't feel anything, like he's an artist and he can do it if he wants to, but sometimes he just wants to be goofy as well. And it's just the contrast that really hits you hard in that moment. I wonder if they can pull anything to the same extent off again, just because we've already seen it in the Ira moment. Because, you're right, Evil Eye gets a backstory, but it's not as hard-hitting.
Yeah, I think you have to use it sparingly, because I think, as you were talking about with Demon Slayer, like everyone they kill just before the finishing blow, it's like, Otosan.
Then you get an episode of backstory, and then they just get beheaded. No shade to that show. It's fine. I enjoy it. But I just feel like it's done a lot better in Dandadan. Surprisingly, it's done surprisingly well in Dandadan.
Yeah. I think there's like glimpses of it, but not really. Like there's a little bit of it with Gigi and Evil Eye, and how Evil Eye became Evil Eye because he was bullied by a lot of kids back in, ye old Japan. And then there's the otaku guy who gets belittled by his peers for being into anime. But that's not really...
that's like 10 seconds long. So.
Yeah. I think it has to be used sparingly, because there isn't a moment like that in season 2 So I guess we'll see in the future of where the series goes. But yeah, if there doesn't need to be, then I don't think they have to add it. But depending on how long the series will go for, I think maybe like one more or maybe one or two more just hitting you in the feels episodes.
Yeah.
You know, to really, you have to be caught off guard, I think, like amongst the silliness of the show. But like, there are some really funny monster designs. Like there's the orchestra ghosts, which are really funny.
Oh yeah. Even the fucking those three weird blokes, the alien guys, you know, with the big heads who try to get all Kodun's balls at the start. Is that those guys are weird?
Yeah. And I'm just trying to think of all the monsters. There's the old people. There's the orchestra ghost.
There's a legally distinct Godzilla at one point.
Yeah.
Who turns out to be a main character in the series, I imagine. That's a teaser for season 3.
Will probably be the case. Yeah, it probably will be, depending on how many new characters they're going to add each time. I like how Yukinobu has this ritual of always making his characters have a really nice meal after each fight.
Yeah.
Because it's like when he said when he was growing up, he was never really able to eat that well. So he wants to treat his characters well. And it sort of goes against what you might learn from a lot of writing schools is like, not treat your characters like shit, but throw everything as much as you can at them to obviously get through their conflict. And there's obviously elements of that's true, but I like how he feels so connected to his characters that he wants to treat them to nice food. So he can just animate nice food for them. So we can look on the other end of the spectrum to the guy who writes Spy Family, where he's just like, I don't care about these characters anymore. I'm just writing them now because I get paid. He doesn't feel anything for those characters. So it's just like, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and that's fine. So I like how attached to it he is to his characters.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell Tatsu, especially Momo. You can tell he loves Momo a lot.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Whatever your outlet is, man. As long as it's not illegal, it's fine.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. It's not a show that I would recommend to everyone, but I think, the right audience has obviously found it and is loving it. So I reckon keep up the good work. I'm pumped for a season 3, even if it's just for the soundtrack alone. Like there's some really good. We didn't talk about, but there's an exorcism song in this series that is just a fucking banger.
It's just like this is this
Hunting
big
Soul.
metal tune.
Yeah. Actually, I think that song had to be removed from Japanese streaming sources because X Japan was threatening to sue.
Oh, really?
Because it was too similar to an X Japan song.
Oh, really?
I think it was just one guy, like, what's his name? Yoshiki, I think, was like threatening to sue. I think it's all been smoothed out now, but yeah. It's an obvious reference.
Yeah.
Which this show has a lot of. There's a lot of references.
Has a lot of references.
And again, it's kind of like, it's a window into Yukinobu's creative mind and soul. Yeah, which is great. That's kind of what we want to see in art, right?
Yeah.
Is we want to see the artist's personality.
Yeah, that's exactly like, it's inspiring for me in a sense that I'd love to just chuck in all the shit that I really like into,
as long as it's legal, Tavi.
Well, it gets so dubious and tricky because it's like, imagine you are paying homage to someone that you really admire, and then you're successful, and you're doing it not in a sense that you're trying to steal anything from them. It's just I really like your stuff, and it's like, wait a minute, you're trying to steal from me. Imagine like hearing that from your artist. It's like, I'm gonna fucking sue you. Imagine if like.
I mean, some might take it as a compliment, Darby. You know.
Yeah, but it's like, imagine if Park Chan-wook's like, I'm gonna fucking sue you, or Kim Ji-won. I'm gonna fucking sue you. It's like, oh guys, I love your work, man.
You're so sued.
You're so sued. It's like, damn. That would be pretty heartbreaking, you know.
I'm gonna sue you in France.
Yeah, it's just.
What can you do? Artists have a right to protect their work as well.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, just talk it out though, you know? Sometimes it comes from a place of love.
They probably, I'm not sure, because I wasn't aware of this, so maybe they did talk it out.
I think they did talk it out eventually. I think there was some money exchanged though, but I think it's all fine now.
He is so sued.
Yeah. But yeah, good stuff. I mean, I don't have that much more to say about this anime, to be honest. How about you?
Yeah, no, I think it's still evolving. There's so much to look forward to. I don't think you even need to listen to us old dinosaurs talk about this anime. It's one of the most popular animes out there.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. You can watch it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's on Crunchyroll. Go check it out. It's a good time. It's got strong emotional beats.
Yeah. If you're really into Japanese culture, I think you'd have a blast with this one.
Yeah, I think so.
It is very Japanese.
Yeah, I think this show is very Japanese. Yeah. It's a pervert show.
It's very Edo.
Yeah, when we were in Japan last year, there's a lot of Momo statues and figurines that were on sale. And I'm like, everyone in Japan is a pervert style, you know.
Yeah, there's some of those upper levels in Akihabara, mate. It's
oh fucking hell, man.